Today we're gonna answer some common myths in the military that people think is true, which is actually not. What's up, y'all? Welcome to my channel. My name is T. Today we're gonna talk about some common myths. If you like these kind of videos, be sure to like, comment, subscribe to see more. I'm also gonna start doing some reaction videos to military content, so if you like that kind of thing, like and subscribe. My channel is mainly about sharing my life in the military, my life being a dad, my life learning language, my life graduating college now and going into getting a higher level education with software engineering or cybersecurity. Everything I'm gonna do in between that. So let's answer 10 common myths that people have about the military, or the Army specifically. If you're injured, the Army will take care of you, or just take care of you in general. Not to a degree. I feel like if you document it, it can definitely come back to be something useful for you, especially for a VA and later disabilities that can help you get money for your time in service and all the things that hurt you. And I know a lot of soldiers when they're younger don't necessarily report those things, and then when they get older they wish they did have some kind of paper trail, so when they go and retire they actually have something to prove it. You can't get in trouble if you're off duty. No, you're at all times a soldier, so you're always subject to UCJ if you're working full time. But in general, in for National Guard and Reserves, you are a soldier 24/7 representing the United States Army, especially if you're posting on social media, people know that you're in the military. Your image is still portraying what the U.S. Army does. If your sergeant tells you to do something, it's always lawful, never. It doesn't mean it's inherently lawful. If your sergeant tells you to go punch that guy, that doesn't mean that's legal to do. But typically, NCOs are not law. You'll deploy constantly. No, especially modern day Army, there's not really many deployments that you go to. Deployments, the way that people see them in terms of writing is different than what they actually are. If that makes sense. But yes, you can still deploy, you can even volunteer for deployments. Long story short, that answers it depends. Everyone is a combat soldier. Everyone is a soldier, so you need to know your basic soldier tasks or responsibilities. You need to know how to shoot a weapon proficiently. That's why we do weapons qualification. And you have to meet the minimum standard and just conduct yourself in a behavior fitting a soldier. If you serve for 20 years, you're gonna make a lot of money. Not necessarily. I think if you do 20 years, it can be a really good thing in terms of setting you up for retirement in the future and making money while you're serving. I wish I would have joined younger, because then I would have a lot more money in my TSP, which is just a giant saving account, as well as having more time in grade, which means more pay. Once you're in, you can't get out. You have to be cautious when getting out. Getting out for a lot of active duty service members, they leave and they don't have a tentative plan on what they're gonna do when they get out, so they find themselves just lost and wasting their time and wishing they would have stayed a little bit longer. Basic training is the hardest part of the Army. Nope. It's your first look at how the Army kind of is in terms of leadership, from staff sergeants all the way up to captains or different kinds of officers you'll see during your time. Rank equals leadership. No, it does not. I definitely know some E5s that are not sergeants, are not ready to be sergeants, but are still pinned sergeants, especially how this current day Army kind of runs. I like the way that the current day Army kind of runs, especially being a BLC instructor, teaching these younger sergeants and leaders how they should be conducting themselves and how the image is portrayed in the Army. But rank in and of itself does not make you a good leader or a leader in general. You're in a leadership role doesn't mean that you are inherently a good leader. The Army is all yelling and push-ups. Basic training. There is times for definite corrective actions, and I think that's more unit appropriate or situation appropriate. So if my Joe is constantly showing up late or being disrespectful to other NCOs in my presence or outside my presence, and it's been witnessed, documented, and showed to me, there is corrective action that'll be done with that. But that doesn't mean you're gonna be doing push-ups all the time. There's PT for active duty service members, and that could include push-ups. The physical training in the mornings is a lot more common for active duty soldiers, not necessarily for National Guard Reserves. So yes, to a degree, it just depends on where you're at. You can be exercising every single day. You might not be exercising every single day, even active duty. So all just depends. But yeah, those are some common myths that I just found that people usually have about the military. If there's any ones that I didn't answer, put in the comment section below. I'll try to comment them and tell you what I think of them, as well as anyone that's currently in the military as well can try to answer them for you guys. If you guys enjoy this kind of videos, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and see you in another one.